Hey everyone, and welcome back to another tournament run. This one is a Genesys tournament where we brought Cool Toon, as you can see, slightly modified version of the Cool Toon deck. Very different from what you would see on ladder, but it has the same bones. So I was excited to give it a try in like a sort of alt, slightly lower powered format. This list was heavily inspired by a list that the VTuber KBJ sent me. I'll link them in the description, and I'll throw up the list they sent right here now. It should be appearing on your screen now. It looks very different. I know that list had a Mudora in it. That list had... what else did that list have in it? It had DD Crows. It had more things to make these heralds live. Nonetheless, we decided not to run them. Instead, we decided to run the Ghost Ogres. We wanted like a more complete hand trap suite, I thought. We still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-ish hand traps here, which I think was really, really good for the deck. I would talk about more like decisions, but a lot of these didn't come up in the duels, and so I don't know that it's good to. Hoppier Squadron was like was a little bit of a silly choice. I'm not gonna lie. I just have this. I love syncering on my opponent's turn. What can I say? And it's a tuner. It can synchro off. It's the right level. Like, all the pieces are there for this to be good in a lower power format. It just didn't come up, and we only had space for one of them anyway. Roseup, you'll see this in a lot of real Cool Toon lists. There's like a bad floodgate, but it can come up. And did in our games, so thought I'd mention it. And we decided to play one of the trap. I love this trap. In case you're familiar, this trap just copies the Graveyard Synchro Monster's like tuner effect when it gets synchroned off, and adds it back to hand. So it's like, alright, it's just way too low power to see play in real use. But in this format, I thought, yeah, let's give it a shot, right? Why not? Otherwise, extra deck is pretty much stock standard. Nothing really crazy going on there. And the list is as many names as we can afford with the point total. I will also throw up now the point totals of all the Cool Toon stuff. And so that way, you'll be able to see like where all of our points were allocated in this list when we built this Genesys list. And with that, let's get into the games and see how we... well, you've seen the title of the video. You know how we did. See you in the games. So, here we are in the games. This is game one of the semi-finals. This game was the one I decided to. We played one round before this. We had a bye round one second round, and then made it to the semis. I decided to start with this game. The games I played until here weren't really... they were sort of non-games, so I decided to start here, which were the most interesting ones. It's the Cool Toon Mirror Match. I'm sure people are excited to learn how to navigate this, so we're going to talk about our decisions, we're going to see what happened, and we'll see if we can identify when the big horrible play happens. Not in this game. Not in this game, don't worry. This game we played well. So let's get into it. Here we go. We're going to start with a Q, normal summon, I'll speed up. Then it gets belled, which is fine. Then we link off with the Veiler in hand to make a track maker. Always disgusting that you're allowed to do that, just allowed to do that. We Q, look at their hand, we get rid of, I believe, their Rotary. We top their Ghost Spell, say, okay, they're going to have a Ghost Spell for next turn, that's fine. We Rico for Clip. We tribute off the Rico. Rico for Mix. Mix adds another Rico. These two for Remix. And then we pass turn here. Board of draws here. We have the Bell, which we're expecting to put in a lot of work. They go for Rico, we Bell it, then we chain a Remix. So the cool thing here is we get to add Q back to hand, then special summon out Mix, link these two off for a Loudness War, at which point we will be able to Mix destroy that monster. They go for the JJ, we Loudness War to pop it, they Ghost Bell us, or Ghost Ogre us, but like, we're so unbelievably fine with that. They set one and pass. We draw here. We have the Q in hand. They're gonna Cool Toon us. We're gonna Herald it just for a little haha. Like, we didn't have to, but it did ultimately end up winning us the game. So I thought that was really fun too. Going into game two. Oh, spoilers, I guess. Maybe I'll cut this. Maybe I'll cut this section. Maybe I'll cut the section. Maybe I'll cut the section. Maybe I'll cut the section. All right. Either way, here we are in game two. We are looking at this one. We're going to go a little slower this time, seeing if there's a thing we could have done different. They activate Synchro Overtake. We do decide to Herald here, right? We decide to Herald the Overtake, saying like, yeah, they probably don't have anything, like they probably don't have another spell. It's probably a good enough spell to negate. They Rico for Rotary, and I am like, oh god, I might be screwed here. The thoughts are like, okay, we might actually be a little bit cooked. They go into Track Maker. Trackmaker is going to add. Yep, we're gonna go Rotary here. Rotary's gonna add. Trackmaker's gonna add. They're gonna see what they're working with. We're gonna see what we're working with. They go for JJ. They see that our hand is entirely spells. They go into JJ. JJ tributes off the Trackmaker. There's like a pretty standard line thus far. We're gonna mix into Q, and now Q gets to normal and special any tuner from deck. Chat, which tuner do you think they're summoning? That's right, the Naturia Rose Whip. So now, chat, we are only allowed to activate 1 spell or trap per turn in our hand of 3 spells, and that's when I say, you know what? You got it. I say, you know what? You got it. You got it. You got it. We don't need to say here. You got it. Like, what? What do you want me to say? You don't got it? All right, chat. Game 3. This is the game of the tragedy. This is, without a doubt, the most embarrassing game I have ever played in my life. This is the worst game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, we make some. Yeah. Anyway, up until now, we're okay. You know what? See if you can spot the mistake. We're gonna summon out Q. We're gonna get Veilored on the Q. This is fine. This is all whatever. This doesn't really matter. We're gonna get Q'd here. Here we have like a little bit of a rough time, but we have the Duelist Genesys to extend, so I'm not super rude. We Duelist Genesys to add the Synchro Overtake. Synchro Overtake's gonna come out, and we are officially off to the races, right? We go out for Rico. Rico's gonna add to hand. We're gonna get Mournered. And now here I'm like, oh dang, well this should have been a mix so that we could have made a 5 or a 4 with the clip in hand. Either way, I go, never mind, easily rectified, let's go mix. Mix adds Rotary here, and then Rotary will reveal the Rose Whip so that we get the Rose Whip on the field. So now our opponent can only activate 1 spell or trap per turn. We link off the Q and the Rotary for Trackmaker, and now we get to look at their hand with the Rotary and their top deck with the Q. Right? All well and good so far. We Rotary, we add Cool Tune Synchro to the deck. From deck to hand, we Q, we look at Duelist Genesys and Cool Tune Rotary. We banish the Rotary because we say they're only going to activate 1 spell or trap per turn anyway. Look at their hand, see that it's Book of Eclipse, Cool Tune Synchro, and Rose Whip. Duelist Genesys will not save them there. So we go into RS. I'm like, okay, I just need a negate for the Book of Eclipse. So I'm like, we're just going to negate the Book of Eclipse like this with the RS, and then we're going to link off Cool Tune Q, and we're going to link off Trackmaker, and this is going to go into Zaylin the Shackled Dragon. Now we have 2 negates, and I'm feeling strong into the 1 spell that they're allowed to activate for per turn. Here comes Book of Eclipse. So, why didn't I negate it? Why didn't I negate it, chat? That's a great question. That is a great question. So, fun fact, for those who aren't in the know, for those who are a little bit, less well-versed on the Golden Cards, RS has a line of text that says, during the main phase, quick effect, you can banish 1 tutor from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls to negate its effects until the end of the turn. Let's take another gander at that, chat. Let's see if you can spot the error. During the main phase, you can banish 1 tuner from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Negate its effect until the end of the turn. At what point do you think the Book of Eclipse was activated? Let's see if we can check here. Oh, in draw. Oh, what's a quick play spell? Okay, well, Well, chat, you know what mistake I'll never be making again? You know what mistake I'll never be making again? You know what mistake I'll never be making again, chat? Because I can think of one. And that ended our run in the semifinals. We still got pretty far. I'm not super upset. But just like a really, really, really embarrassing game 3 that I don't know. I wanted to share with you all to say we all make mistakes. It's all good. This is a little bit of a bum run. I apologize for not taking the cake. I actually think if I won this one, I had a good shot at taking it all. And this was the most winnable game I've ever lost. Nonetheless, what can you do, right? What can you do? With that, though, chat, that's ended our run. That's really what we're looking at. I can go take a look at our deck if you want. One last time, I'll throw it up here, the deck list, just so you have something to look at. While I say, the deck felt pretty okay. I think Cool Tune is quite strong in Genesys. It felt just like playing regular Cool Tune. The Heralds, every time I drew them, were live, even on this low a fairy count, which I thought was crazy. Probably want to play more fairies and not the trap, which also never came up. But I really like the cards, I really like the list, and I really liked seeing how they felt in a slightly lower powered format. I think Rose Whip is a very funny card. I don't think it's all that good, but in this format, it's probably strong enough to play. I wouldn't bring any of that over to the main format as well. And someday, chat, I'd like to test with Hoppier Squadron, but today I don't believe is that day. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Sorry for the short video today. I'm a little sick. Hopefully back to our regular scheduled content tomorrow, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.